Take it away, Greg.
All right. In terms of online, everyone, if you have a business and you don't have an online presence, then your business is dead in the water. And you have to figure out, because most people, when they're shopping, when they're consuming, they don't necessarily go out and walk on the street. They go to Google and they type in the information. And everyone knows that if you're looking for food, if you're looking for clothes, if you're looking for shoes, if you're looking for anything, you're going online. So you have to figure out how to actually optimize your search engine optimization. That's what's called SEO. And literally, we have programs that will help you think through that. So running, in terms of running a business, we have resources that's available. It's all free. So if anyone I assume everyone here is from Brooklyn. If you're not from Brooklyn, it's okay. Around the city, we have these centers called NYC Business Solution Centers. You can go to them, or you can go online and you can sign up for free courses, or have an account manager help you think through how to run your business. The last thing I would say, and then I don't know if there's anyone that has any questions, because I really want to make sure that we answer the commission.
That's the man that asked.
I really want to make sure that people know where to get help from the city. The last thing I'll say, there's 230,000 small businesses in New York City. Small businesses are the economic engine of New York City. It's not Amazon, it's not JP Morgan Chase, it's not Goldman Sachs. Small businesses employ over 3.9 million New Yorkers. Everyone in here who has an idea of a small business, or who has a small business, at some point in time you're going to hire someone. And outside of capital, people is the next thing that, when you're running a small business, you have to have the right people around you. Because if you don't have the right people, your business will fail as well. So those are the things that we teach you, those are the things that we help you with, and we want to make sure as a city that we're supportive of you. Now the reason why I'm here is I want to make sure that our people also understand how to get those resources. And not only, even if you're not thinking about starting a business, you know someone that's thinking about starting a business, you know someone that's running a business, have them contact me, have them contact us. I could tell you, go to 311 and ask for small business services, but you can contact me directly. I gave you my Instagram account. If you need assistance with anything in either starting a business, running a business, I'm here to help.
So, Greg, I actually have you have a question?
Yes, I got a question too.
Okay, go ahead. I'll say my question first. So, Greg, let me ask you this. These resources that's available, is it only for NYC residents, or how does that work?
So it's your tax dollars. So basically, if you are a resident of the 5 boroughs, then yes, you can get these resources for free. But if you live out on Long Island, if you live in New Jersey, if you live upstate, you need to move back to New York City.
I'm good. So I'm assuming. So one more question. So if you want to start a business within the boroughs, it has to be within the boroughs as well, I'm assuming, correct?
In order to use our service, yes, but you don't have to. If you're thinking about starting a business, and mostly, people start a business without, again, knowing where they are, why they're starting a business. I always tell folks, if you jump in a car, you need to have a destination, right? You need to have a destination. You're not necessarily going to jump in a car and just drive aimlessly. So when you're starting a business, you need to understand why you're going to start a business. So let's say, I'm going to use you guys as an example. You have merchandise. So how much merchandise do you need to sell in order to actually make up for the money that you invested, right? You have to actually do some research and figure out how much you need to actually produce, how fast you need to sell it. Those are the things that you do when you actually put a business plan together. I'm not saying you need a complete business plan, because one of the things I've seen is people let the business plan be the barrier to their success. So they get stagnated because they don't want to write the business plan. But you just need to figure out the numbers. Because if you're going to talk to any bankers, and I know there's some bankers in the audience, if you're going to talk to a banker, the banker's going to want to know how they're going to get them. How are you going to make your money? And why is someone going to actually buy your product? So what's your value add? So those are the type of things that we help you write up and figure out.
So Fresh, you got a question?
Yeah, I have a question. Apart from being a resident of the 5 boroughs, what are the other criteria that someone needs to meet in order to receive the assistance from the department?
That's it. You just have to be a resident of New York City.
All you gotta do is live here.
Yeah.
So if I live here, I get
That's it.
I get some money. I'm asking.
Listen, you're depending on what your business is, and you have to be ready for someone to tell you that your business idea is not a good idea.
Okay.
Right? Because and that's the challenge, a lot of entrepreneurs feel that their business idea is the best thing around. And sometimes you have to break it down and tell someone that you have holes in your business and there's some issues with your business. So you have to be open to criticism. But for the most part, all you have to do is just be a resident. You just have to be open and you have to be committed. Because if you are not committed, and a lot of people do this mistake, which is I work full time and I do my business on the side. So if you are working full time, you're giving all your energy to someone else. You're not giving your energy to your business. And if you're confident about your business idea, then it should be the reverse, right? You should put more effort into your business. We as a people, and I'm going to say, we're risk averse. So we don't like borrowing money, we don't like owing, and we don't like asking for help. But if you have a solid business idea, then you should have the confidence to say, like, you know what? Even if I borrow $10,000 or $20,000 or $100,000, this is how long it's going to take me to pay that money back, and these are the future forecasts that, in terms of revenues, that I'm going to see in my business. So that's a confidence that you need to have in when you're thinking about starting and running your business.
So, Greg, I have another question for you. So let's talk about if you have an existing business, right? I know you kind of touched on, the resource that, available from the city. Could you just touch base on that again? Because I wasn't too sure. Is there any resources that you can,
for existing businesses? So, for example, there's a number of resources available just in general. So there's different stages of business. There's a pre-startup where you have an idea, you don't know how to execute on that idea. There's a startup where you're actually starting the business, you open up your doors, and then there's operating. You've been in business for a year or two, and you're trying to figure out how to get this business to actually grow. So we have programs for operating businesses, for businesses that's been around for 2-3 years, and you're trying to figure out how to actually make money off of that business. So we have classes that will help you not only with figure out financing, figure out how to actually your marketing, because marketing is one of those things that businesses struggle with. Workforce, access to capital. We try to figure out how to actually help you with that, with your operating businesses. So I know a lot of folks here may be in the pre-startup stage or startup stage, but if there's anyone in the operating stage, then we do have services available for you.
And so that consultation is free?
Absolutely at no cost. The reason why I say it's not free because your tax paid. Everyone here, when you pay taxes, you're paying to run the city of New York. And these resources are available to you because you've paid your taxes. So it's either you use it or somebody else will use it. But either which way, it's at no cost to you. And while I'm up here, one of the things I wanted to make sure that everyone is aware of, so there's a couple things that I'm gonna step away from business for a second. How many people know there's an election on February 26th? All right, I see a couple hands, right? There's like 4 hands, all right? So that's a problem. And the reason why it's a problem, there's a special election coming up. It's called a public advocate. Now, I am an appointed official for the city of New York. What does that mean? I don't run for office. The person who runs for office then builds a team and hires the individuals to run agencies. So I'm appointed. But elected officials speak on your behalf. And on February 26th, there's a public advocate race. The public advocate is a position where if something happens to the mayor, that person becomes mayor. That person could introduce legislation, and most importantly, that person holds agencies accountable. So if I'm not doing my job, the public advocate can actually call me up for a hearing and ask me why am I not doing my job. There's about 17 people running for that office. Some of you may know some of them, but I just want you to know to pay attention to these type of races, because it's not the President of the United States, it's not the Congress, it's your local officials that impact the services that's available in your community. So if you don't know who your council member is, if you don't know who your public advocate will be, if you don't know who your assembly person is, you really need to pay attention on the political side, because there's a lot of things that's coming down the line that's going to affect you guys. And one of the things that I do is set policy. So whether or not people have to submit certain types of documentation, whether or not, for example, a good example of this is everyone knows that cannabis is going to be, marijuana is going to be legal soon, right? I know. I'm using the.
Are you running?
I'm not running. I'm just saying. But one of the things that we had a conversation about was, if marijuana is legal in New York City, what does that mean in terms of entrepreneurs? And what does that mean in terms of individuals who want to actually start that business? What license is going to be required? What happens to the individuals who are ahead of their time and now they're doing time, and when they're out, how can we actually help them actually run a business? So all these policies are created by people like me. So if you don't vote right, then you're not going to have people that speak on your behalf. So I just want to make sure I get that message out.
All right.
Would you?
Yeah. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions for Greg?
I mean, would you free? So
But-
I can't even say it.
But I would like to say thank you for all the information, taking the time out of your busy day to share what you have in your brain for everybody that's here. So give a round of applause.
Y'all need to understand. That's the commissioner of small businesses.